Hi everyone, Malik here. Today I'm bringing to you Batman statue by DC Direct. This statue is from the Dark Knight film and it's sculpted by Colby Jukes or Colby Jukes. I'm really not so sure how to pronounce his name. So this statue, I bought it when the film came out. There are two statues. One is of Heath Ledger Joker and this one is of Christian Bale Batman. I decided to get this statue because of the dynamic pose. I'm quite surprised that this statue, is not widely praised by a lot of people, and I hardly see any reviews of this statue online on YouTube or any other video platforms. So I'm actually quite surprised because in my opinion, I would say this is one of the best Batman statues out there. I mean, in comparison with Sideshow Collectibles and all these XM Studios statues, it's not every day that you come across a statue with so much of character and dynamic pose. I mean, look at the pose. He's literally airborne. I mean, it's one of the few figures with such a cool looking pose. The highlight of this figure is that, the statue is that the cape is the stand for the statue. So this whole body is airborne, and yeah, it's really very sturdy. I've had this figure since the movie came out. I think it's been like at least a decade or so. Yeah, it still holds up pretty well. Let's start off by looking at how tall this statue is. Okay, from the base to the top of the head, it's about 24 cm, and I think until the top of the hand it's about 25 cm. So this statue is actually a limited edition one. Only about like 6,000 of them were produced. So they do come with this certificate of authenticity. Later I'll show you a close-up of the certificate. Mine is a number 1573 of 6,000. So it's pretty cool. I'm quite fortunate to have one of the coolest Batman statues ever produced, in my opinion. And there's another like 5,999 of them out there. So I really envy those that have like the double digit ones from 1 to 99. So if any of you are watching this video, please do comment in the comment section. I really like to hear from those who own the double digit edition of this statue. Let's now have a closer look at the details of this statue. And before we get to the details of the statue itself, I really need to mention the box. Usually, some of the box I will throw away, but in this box I kept it to show you guys. The exterior is like really very nice. Like the detail, you get like the full view of how the statue looks like, and we have all the Dark Knight logo and all. And at the back, we have a picture of the Heath Ledger Joker statue also. But the highlight is that when you open the box, there's a styrofoam case, to protect the statue. The styrofoam box also has the logo on it. Okay, it's like these small details are the kind of things which shows how much of effort the company is putting in for the collectors. Because there are people that like to keep their box. A lot of collectors, who would like to keep the box, even though they display their statues. But going the extra mile to put the logo on the styrofoam box itself. That, that's a different level of dedication, I would say. So I have to give props and credits to the company for giving us such small details even when it comes to the box. Alright, let's start with the face. As you can see, the resemblance is quite close, I would say. It's not perfect. For a figure of this size, I would say it looks about 70% like Christian Bale. But of course, because there aren't much details, the paint on his chin area is actually quite flat. There's no shading or anything. They only painted a flat skin tone, and they just painted the lips pink. Other than that, you don't see any shading or highlights. So maybe I think if they added maybe like a darker brown wash or something, it made it look more realistic. And the eyes are quite okay, quite decent looking. I won't say it's perfect. It's quite good for what it is. But at a first glance, it really does look like Christian Bale, in my opinion. And let's take a look at some of the other details of this figure. As you can see, the suit is loaded with details. What really fascinates me about this figure is that the amount of sculpting work done. I mean, must really say hats off to whoever this Colby Jukes is, because this figure is not really that big, but then look at how much of sculpting work he was able to get into it. I mean, those who have seen the movie, you know that he's actually like this, like some kind of like a bulletproof armor kind of suit he wears under, and this is like metal plates. So you can actually see the difference. It really looks. You can actually see the difference of the material in this statue. I mean, everything's very cleanly done, and also the paint application. See where the gray is and where the black is. There's no any paint bleed on this statue at all. And the details of this utility belt is, I would say, is spot on. I mean, those who are a fan of this film, or if you own any of the figures, you can actually do a comparison. If you have a Hot Toys Dark Knight Christian Bale Batman figure, you can do a comparison. I mean, I would say it's about 90% screen accurate, the costume design for this statue. And let me just turn him a bit. And look at the forearm. He has these sharp blades that he has on his gauntlet. The shoulder pads, there's even some small details on it. And I really like the cape. I mean, look at the amount of getting to focus. I mean, this is really a lot of work. I mean, it's really nice and smooth. The material is almost like a vinyl statue. The shoes, I mean the boots, there's all these small tiny details. And the best part is that there's even sculpting details, at the base of the boots also. I mean, you must really give props for the effort they've put into this small statue that they've made. I mean, like sometimes, like some companies, they will compromise on the details of the statue when making a figure of a smaller scale, but then this statue, you know, didn't hold back. They went all out with it. It's been a lot of years since I got this statue, but then, you know, when I walk into the room, you know, I'm still in awe of this statue, and I have it set on top of one of my Detolf shelves. You know, when I walk into the room, this is the first thing I look at, because the pose is the best part of this figure, and the amount of sculpting work done for this. I mean, you can really see why this is limited edition. Now, like I said, let me show you the certificate. So mine is 1573 of 6000, and I think I should get this laminated. I actually have this on display also when I displayed this statue on my shelf. I mean, should you get this statue? Yes, absolutely yes, because it's one of a kind. I mean, one of 6000 of a kind, and there's not much Batman statues, you know, with a lot of dynamic pose. You know, you see those like very neutral pose, or you know, like, you know, we have all these XM Studios and Sasha collectible statues, but they are huge. But then usually they will have like a standing pose or something like that. I mean, this statue is not perfect by any means, but then it nails everything it needs to nail. I mean, at one glance, it looks perfect. And of course, you know, if like anything, you know, if you go look into the nitty-gritties, of course, you're gonna find fault. But then my only gripe with this statue is that it could have been bigger. You know, like, you know, in the scale of 1/6 figures, you know, like, you know, the size of hot toy figures. Yeah, I think if it was in that scale, you know, it would have been like really even more majestic looking. But then I'm okay with this size. I didn't get the Joker statue because it was quite okay. I think in comparison, the Batman one looks better. The Heath Ledger Joker, you know, the resemblance is slightly off. I've seen it in person, so I decided not to get that statue. For all Batman fans, I mean, I think you should track down for this statue and definitely get it in your collection. Hope you liked my review of this one-of-a-kind Batman statue. If you liked the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with other collectors, and hit the bell button if you want to get notifications of my next video. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.